Good morning, Sagittarius. This is going to be your 2020 September forecast. I'm Jackie from the Oracle Times. I'm going to repeat, as I always do, that I am recording from the Bushveld in South Africa. Today's not such a lovely winter's day. We normally have gorgeous winter weather. This winter's been different. It's overcast and it's chilly. But it's still beautiful here, and our internet can still be dodgy. I disappear at times. I've had a pretty good run of late. I've disappeared very seldom. Okay, so if I do, I'm back in a few seconds. Hang in there, but let's touch wood. It's all going to go well this morning, right? Also, if you'd like a personal or private reading, and I do an incredible soulmate reading, you can contact me via my website. The link will be in the description box below. Also, if you'd like to make those soft cloth dolls that many of you have purchased from me, I've designed a course to teach you how to make one. That link will also be below. Right, let's get stuck into reading. So Sagittarius, what's in store for you guys for September 2020? Sagittarius, September 2020. What is in store for you guys? Right, here comes the first card. And it's Unfinished Symphony. This is coming up for a lot of people. There's unfinished business which has to be finished up in the month of September. You get the opportunity to finish up something which has possibly been dragging its feet, or something you had to stop because of the way things have been lately. Now you can take it up again and you can actually finish that project. For a lot of you, this feels like a big relief. You can finally finish up something that has been dragging its feet. You're going to be given the time and the opportunity to do it in September. And when you do that, you're going to find a lot of other areas of your life will be moving along after that. Will have a domino effect. The round and round card says, yes, you may feel like you're going round and round in the same circles. However, what is really happening is you're moving up a level each time. So things will shift slowly, but perceptibly, yes, if you take note of it, all right? You may feel like this familiar circumstances, familiar people, familiar situations, but actually they're spiraling upwards. There's going to be little shifts and little changes all along the way that ultimately will lead you further and further upwards in an area of your life or in your life in general, okay? And that's maybe why that Unfinished Symphony card comes in as well, because you've been here before, you need to finish this up, you keep getting here, you keep not being able to finish it. But you will be able to soon. Each time you're getting a little bit more done, okay? Next card is Never Ending Story. This is coming up for a lot of people at the moment as well. Be conscious of the stories you tell yourself. I will say, as I always do, if it has a bad ending, it's your story that you're making up. Life has good endings, but when we base things on past experiences and disappointments, ultimately it has a bad ending. But if we keep telling ourselves those stories, we're going to keep having the same outcome. Because we're not going to see the potential, we're not going to see the doors opening, we're not going to see people being presented to us that have potential to shift and change things. Make up a new story. Catch yourself when you're telling yourself the stories with bad endings, okay? And hinge on a new ending. Put a new good ending on your story. It actually is important. You'll be amazed how many little bad ending stories we tell ourselves every single day, over and over again. And then, of course, it's inevitable. That's what happens. The disappointment comes. The final one, which is a brilliant card, is Treasure Island. I was hoping this would end up on a really good card, and it did. So what happens ultimately in September is you strike it lucky on something. It might seem like strike it lucky, but you've been putting in the effort one way or another, and suddenly you trip over it in September. When you least expect it, there it is. You've been waiting for this, wanting it, working towards it, dreaming about it, even making up stories with good endings about it, but it hasn't been presenting itself. And then possibly when you're distracted with someone else, somewhere else, someone came through, someone else, okay, for some of you, or something else, or you just not in that space, in that moment, there it is. You trip over it, okay? And it's something, it's Treasure Island, so it's something good. It's something precious. It's something you really, really wanted, okay? That's destined for you to trip over in the month of September. For the rest of September, you're dealing with unfinished business, with seeming like you're going round and round on the same situation, but be conscious of the story that you tell yourself. Try not to perpetuate it by telling yourself a story with a bad ending. Make up a new story. You've got this as your ending. Make up a story with that ending, and that's what you're going to get in September, okay? Right, so let's have a look what tarot cards come up for you guys in September. I just was checking the deck is upright, because I like to read upright. There's enough cards in here that have meanings different to upright that one doesn't have to turn them upside down. Personal opinion, that's how I feel about it. That's the way I read. Right, first card up, Ace of Earth. oh, there's two cards and they've come out together. And if I remember correctly, this came up for another star sign as well. So I'm going to read them both for you. Okay. So the Ace of Earth speaks about abundance coming in, material abundance. You've got Treasure Island as well, which says to me this sort of underscores it. It accentuates the fact that some kind of treasure is coming into you in the month of September. And it is materialistic treasure, okay? That can include a goal. It can include an earthly goal or aspiration, that it's earthbound, okay? So this isn't spiritual stuff. This is about materialistic earthbound things. But it's coming in the month of September. It's showing up in the month of September. You get honest with yourself in September. That's maybe when you realize this going round and round and telling yourself a story that has a bad ending, you come to terms with that. It gets brought to your attention. He's holding up a mirror. This says to me someone's going to mirror that for you in September. You may be going to watch someone else doing that and think, you know what, I do that too. It's not good for me. It doesn't bring me good things in my life. Let me shift it, okay? So I see that. I hear that. You're going to have something mirrored to you in September. This card is the Four of Water. And this deck is a bit more intuitive and the meanings are a little bit more different. Not totally, but a bit more different than traditional tarot deck. But I see something mirrored to you in September so that you can have a look at it and realize that is something I do in my life that I don't like. I need to shift it out. At the same time, it can also mirror things that say, but I like that about myself. I'm going to pursue that aspect of myself. It's good for me and it does my life good. Okay. Right, now let's have a look at the relationship cards for September. So I'm going to read for those of you that are in relationships as well as those of you looking for relationships. I read what's on the cards so that you know what it says on the cards, okay? But then I will tell you the story behind the cards that are selected. First up, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So that seems to be a big message for you guys in September. Keeping the faith and staying positive, okay? That's what this card is also about. Keep the faith and stay positive. Tell yourself the good story because ultimately you're going to have that good ending, okay? Or there's something really good coming your way. So whether you're looking for someone, whether you're in a relationship, just stay positive, keep the faith, okay? Keep the faith is probably the most important part. Just have the absolute faith that things are going to work out just perfectly fine. Next card says children. Your love life is being affected by children, so probably, potentially, those of you that have children are going to play a key part in your relationships in the month of September. I hear July as well. Something to do with July that's now coming up in September again, where your children are concerned. They're kind of the key figures. They are going to be what you pivot around where relationships are concerned. For those of you that are without children, it's possibly a need to resort to a more childlike feelings in September. Just to, that's where faith and positivity comes from as well. Children just have this unshakable faith that things are going to come their way that they want. That's why they can be so horribly disappointed when they don't. I don't think we actually really ever outgrow that. So just keep that childlike thing of, you know what? It's fine. It's going to work out. It's coming my way. If I'm looking for someone really nice is going to be turning up. Let me just keep that faith. Let me stay positive about it, okay? Right, and then one more card is you deserve love. You are lovable. So don't resort to, in September, if someone doesn't turn up and you're waiting for them or things are in your relationship just not what they should be. It's not because you're not lovable. You are. You definitely are. It's just a case of sometimes, life has been challenging for all of us lately, and it's going to take its toll on our relationships. But if we keep the faith, we stay positive, and we realize we are brilliant and deserve love, and we give ourselves that kind of treatment as well. Always when this card comes up, I will say, treat yourself the way you want someone else to treat you. If you want to be pampered, if you want to be treated, if you want to have those people organize nice things for you, do it yourself if they aren't doing it. Always when people see you treating yourself with that kind of tender loving care, they will be very inclined to do the same thing for you. So don't resort to thinking, well, just because I'm nervous that I'm not getting anyone or my relationship's a bit rocky at the moment. It's not the case. It's outside circumstances. Everybody's going through stuff at the moment. Let them get through the stuff. Keep the faith, stay positive, and your relationship will be just fine, and you will find somebody new. There, that was a straight download for you guys. Right, so I hope that you enjoyed that reading. I'm going to repeat, if you'd like personal or private reading or an incredible soulmate reading, or to do that course on how to do those designer soft cloth dolls, the links will be in the description box below once the video is finished processing. Sending you hugs and blessings for the month of September, and we'll speak again soon. And thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and those of you that comment as well, I really appreciate it. Thank you.